Well, thank you everyone for joining us on this international global webinar. The presentation is designed to help you, particularly the new people logging in for the first time, to get some information about Karatbars. Now, your introducer may have shared a video with you in the past. They may have brought you to a website. You may have attended a live event, or maybe you've done nothing. And this is your first introduction. And the idea is to give you a little overview on the fabulous company known as Karatbars International. We're going to tell you a little bit about the products that we can offer, which is fantastic. They've got to be the best products in the world. I don't think there can be anything better than this. I don't think anybody could create anything better than what we have, because there is nothing better. What we have is as good as gold. And what we have is real gold. And of course, gold is money. And we're here to do a little bit of education on real money and explain to people, because this is something our governments, our countries, our education systems have kept away from the people, because they don't know, well, they don't want you to know what real money is. And this presentation will describe that quite adequately for you. So without further ado, I would suggest you have all your distractions turned off. Social media, Skype, Facebook, all those kind of things will only interrupt your further education on Karatbars. Take notes if you must, and it is very important to get back to your introducer, get back to the person that shared this link with you, so that you can follow up, get your valid questions answered, and of course, most importantly, get started with Karatbars. So welcome to the team. Welcome to Karatbars International. This is an independent affiliate presentation. It's not a company presentation. It's here to assist you and your teams develop a large organization all over the world. So the first thing is, there are two money systems at play in the world, and most people don't realize that. Most people think what you have in your pocket or in your wallet or in your purse, they think that is money. Well, of course it's not. And I can prove that to you, because I was on holidays not so many years ago, and we went to the wonderful country of Portugal, and we came home from vacation with this note here. This is a 500 escudos. Now, this was just change that we left over from our vacation, and I brought it home. I put it away in a special place in the house, and I said, next time we go back to Portugal, we can use this. We can get a taxi from the airport. We can, maybe get our first night out with this. That will be useful. And the challenge is that this is not useful because it doesn't exist anymore. They've actually done away with the Portuguese currency of the escudos. This is not worth the paper it's written on. This is nothing more than paper and ink. And at one stage, people called it money, but it's not. It's paper and ink. In fact, it's been destroyed. Even though there are nice pictures on this note, it would be more useful if it was a white piece of paper, because my wife could write some notes on it. She could write her shopping list on this, but there's too much ink on it as already. It's no good. It's gone. That's one currency that's gone. Now, when we went on honeymoon, we went to Paris in France, and we came home with some change, with some currency. And what we have here is 100 French francs. And again, unfortunately, this is no good, because the French have done away with the French franc. They don't use it anymore. They've moved to euro. So this has been done away with. It's not worth the paper it's written on. You've probably heard that expression. It's not worth the paper it's written on. Well, that's exactly what you have in your pocket. It's not worth the paper it's written on. This is paper and ink, no longer valid. 100 francs down the drain. I went to a concert in Belgium, and I went there to see a very famous gentleman that many of you know, and I came home from that concert with change in my pocket, some coinage and also some notes. This was a 500 note. It is the Bank of Belgium, Belgian francs, and unfortunately it's not worth the paper it's written on. It's gone. Why? Because they did away with it. They went to euro. This is not worth the paper it's written on. A waste of money. This one is when I was in the United States. This is the dollar. Again, this one still works at the moment. It's fading away rapidly, and I will prove that to you in a moment. But every 10 years, the dollar kind of halves in value. and in the next 10 years, it halves in value, and in the next 10 years, it halves in value, and the next 10 years, it halves in value, and the next 10 years, it halves in value. And I'm going to prove that it's declining, it's getting worth less and less. And here's why. They have created this wonderful, I suppose, contraption that they call quantitative easing. Quantitative easing, you may have heard that on the news, you may have heard it somewhere in economics. Quantitative easing is a device created essentially by the Fed and by the government to, they think, relax challenges in the currency markets. But really what it does is it gives the government the ability to print as much money as they want. And unfortunately, the money's not backed by anything. And I believe they're printing in excess of $60 billion per month. $60 billion per month. In Europe, they're printing 80 billion euro per month. They're just printing it, just on a printing press. They just print. Now, the problem with that is, if, I mean, let me give you an analogy. If I had a glass of orange, okay, well, here's a cup. This is my Karatbars cup, right? If this was, put some concentrate orange into this, I can certainly add some water, okay? But if I keep adding water to the orange, it loses its taste. It loses its color. If you keep adding water and adding more water and adding more water, it loses its value. And that's the exact same with the dollar and the euro and all these currencies. They lose value because the government can print more and more and more. You see, if there only was $1 and you had that $1, it would be very valuable. But there's not. They're printing 60 billion of these a month, which means all your hard work, all your hard labor, it's getting diluted because they print more and more and more of this stuff. So what you've worked for, it becomes less and less and less and less. It's like supply and demand. They just keep creating more and more out of thin air. And they've been licensed to do that since 1971. And of course, if you did it, if you started printing this stuff, you would get arrested and put in jail for it because you're not allowed to do that. But the government just called it quantitative easing, and they are allowed to do it. It's absolutely crazy, guys. So that's just another example. Here, this in the UK is a £5 note. Again, this has lost about 20% of its value since Brexit. So imagine every £5 is now £4, or it's, you just could take a little bit off it. It should be this size of a note because it's lost its value just very, very recently since Brexit. It's weakening and weakening. It's incredible. Here's another one of my favorites. And many of you probably haven't seen this before, but this is an incredible piece of paper. This is a $100 trillion note. A $100 trillion note. Now, if I just can show you the zeros on this, I don't know if you can see that, but there are 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 14 zeros on this note. This is a genuine note of $100 trillion. Now, what actually happened was President Mugabe in Zimbabwe, he took it upon himself to be able to print this stuff, and he started to print more and more and more. It went into a thing called hyperinflation. It's lost its value. In fact, this is not worth the paper it's written on anymore. This also happened in Germany. The German mark has gone. The Reich mark also went. And I believe at the end of the war, people were running around with wheelbarrows full of paper notes to buy a loaf of bread at that time because it became worthless. I can tell you, not so many years ago, a single US dollar bill was equal in purchasing power to a single Zimbabwe dollar bill. They bought the same things a few years ago. But today, this dollar bill is worth more than this $100 trillion bill because this is only paper. So I want you to understand, guys, there are two money systems. This is not money. This is called currency. You call it money, but you're wrong. And I'll tell you why. If you take your dollar and come to London or Dublin or France or anywhere else in the world and try and buy yourself a cup of coffee with a dollar bill or a $5 bill or a $10 bill, the shopkeeper will say, what's this? We don't take this. This doesn't work. This is not money in our country. It works in your country because it's a currency. It doesn't work in any other country because it's not money. And the same, somebody from the UK going to Australia, they try and buy a cup of tea. And of course, nobody takes pounds there. They take Australian dollars. So these currencies are designed to work in their country. It's not international money. And I'm going to tell you what is real money. And this all happened in 1971 when President Nixon at the time, he abolished what was known as the gold standard. You see, at one point, for every dollar issued, the government had to place some gold to back it. So for every gram of gold in the vault, the government was able to issue one of these into circulation. So at one stage, the dollars in circulation married or matched the gold in the reserve. But in 1971, that gold standard was broken, that tie, that relationship between gold and the paper money was broken. And from that moment on, this is no longer money. Guys, I'm going to tell you what is real money. What is real money is gold. And provided it's 24 karat, 999.9 in purity, guys, this is the real money. Pure gold is money. Gold and silver were always money in the old days. What happened was we put it in the vault and we were issued with a certificate for the deposit. So you deposited your gold in the vault. The banker would give you a paper certificate saying, I promise to pay the bearer on demand of the certificate the gold you've deposited in the vault. And what happened was we passed this paper around instead of the gold, and people started to trust paper instead of the real money. Now, I can tell you, if United States owes China $1 billion, do you think they can print $1 billion and ship it on a boat to China to pay the bill? Not a chance. The Chinese are too clever. They said, hey, guys, stop sending us paper dollars. We don't want any more of this stuff. It's losing value hand over fist. Don't pay us in paper dollars. Pay us in gold. You owe us money, pay us in gold bullion. And this is what's happening now, is that people are starting to realize that what's in your pocket is losing value more and more and more. So the two money systems is the paper money system. It's known as fiat, F-I-A-T, the fiat money system. There is no intrinsic value in it. You see, here's another way of thinking about it, guys. What would it cost to print a dollar bill? What do you think it costs to print this? About 4 cents. Because of the type of the paper and the ink and the special security in putting this together, it costs about 4 cents to produce a dollar bill. Now, if I had a $100 bill, what do you think it costs to produce a $100 bill? It also costs 4 cents. So how come a $100 bill and a $1 bill both cost 4 cents, and you say this is worth 100 and this is worth 1? No. It's just what you think. It's the same. What's the difference between a £5 note and a £50 note? They cost the same to produce. You know, so why is one worth more than the other? Because we have allowed ourselves to believe that this is money because it says 5 or 50 or 10. Guys, this is nothing. This is declining paper, and I will show you in just a moment. You see, whether we're speaking about pound, euro, dollar, whatever currency you've logged in to listen to this information from, you probably realize if you look at this slide, in 1997, about 20 years ago, you could fill your whole shopping trolley at the grocery store for about $25 or 25 euro, 25 pounds. It doesn't really matter what currency we select, dollars, euro, pounds. In 2007, 10 years later, it took $50 or 50 euro or 50 pounds to buy those same groceries. And today, if you try and go to the store to buy something to fill the kitchen with some shopping, it's taking more than $100 to buy the same groceries that cost $25 a few years ago. So what's happened? Are these groceries getting more and more expensive? No. Your paper money is buying less and less and less the further into the future we go. And that's why your 401k, that's why your pension will not meet your demand, will not meet what you need it to meet when you put that away for retirement, because there's not enough in the money when you get there because it's declined. There is a cancer, and this cancer has been designed by the government to erode your hard work, to erode the value of your money. And this cancer is called inflation. It eats away at your money. And when you get to where you need it, the money's not there to meet it. Now, this slide says it all, guys. Have a look at this. Let's look at the left-hand side. 45 years ago, for $1, you could purchase 4 loaves of bread, 25 cents a loaf. Now, that's same for pound, same for euro. 25p, 25 cents. You could buy 4 loaves of bread for $1. Now, at the same time, okay, or way back then, a gram of gold would buy 5 loaves of bread. So $1 and a gram of gold would buy the same, roughly 4 loaves and 5 loaves. There's not much in it. So you could say that a gram of gold and $1 had the same value back then. Now here's my question. How many loaves of bread today can you buy for $1 or a pound? How many loaves? You would have to search hard to find a loaf for $1 or a loaf for a pound. I mean, our bread here, I think my wife's paying £1.39, £1.39, like $1.50 for a loaf of bread. I don't know what it is over there, but we can't get 4 loaves of bread for a pound. So here's my question. Where did the other 3/4 of your dollar go? Where did the other 3 loaves disappear to? I mean, $1 is $1, 4 loaves are 4 loaves. How come it used to buy 4 loaves, now it buys 1? The dollar has lost 3/4 of its purchasing power, 75% down. Can you see what's happening? So look at the right-hand side. Take the little piece of gold. So a few years ago, they were equal. How many loaves of bread can you get with the same piece of gold versus the same piece of paper? Let's have a look, guys. A single gram of gold will buy you 50 loaves of bread today. Now, can you see what's just happened there? Gold protects our purchasing power into the future. Okay? Gold protects our purchasing power into the future. So, if I give you $1 or a piece of gold, which would you prefer? The dollar will buy you less and less and less. The gold will buy you more and more and more. It doesn't take a scientist, it doesn't take a mathematician to realize that gold is the real money. And if you save in gold, it will protect you when you want to retire. If you've got young children that you want to get through college, save in gold. Why? Because if you save this, it won't meet the demand in the future. Yeah, if you're saving for a wedding, don't save dollars or pounds, save gold. Why? Because in the future, gold will pay for the wedding that the paper money won't. Guys, and that's essentially the education. It is incredible. Now, some people say, does gold not go up and down in price? Well, guys, if you're talking about the price of gold, you've missed the boat here, because it's nothing to do with the price of gold. You see, this piece of gold is the exact same it was when it came out of the ground. It's no different. It was the same last year. It's the same next year. Nothing happens gold. It doesn't change in price. What actually happens is it takes more or less of your currency to buy the same little piece of gold. The gold doesn't change. So if you think gold's going up and down, no, it's not. It's your money's going up and down against the gold. The gold is a store of value, guys. Now, you could look at the graph here and say, oh, yes, I can see it changing price. Yes, it does, but it goes up and down upwards. That's how I describe it. Gold goes up and down upwards. And here's another way of proving it. You can go and do this yourself. You can test this out. In 1975, just a few years ago, an ounce of gold, that's 31 pieces of this, an ounce of gold was worth $37. Okay, you could buy 31 pieces of gold, an ounce, 31 grams in an ounce approximately, for $37. It was roughly a gram for $1. 20 years later, it took $387 to buy the same ounce of gold. So what happened was gold grew about 12 times. So the dollar stayed the same, but gold grew 12 times in those 20 years. In the next 10 years, up until 2005, at the end of year, the historical price for gold was $513 an ounce. So you can see from 1995 to 2005, gold doubled again, almost. Now, if we take it up to 2015, just a couple of years ago, the price of gold at December, at the end of the year, the historical price was $1,061 per ounce. Can you see what happened to gold? In those 10 years, and guys, I want to remind you, we went through a recession. We went through a world crisis in 07, 08. Look what happened to gold. Gold doubled again. What happened to paper? It got less. Property prices crashed. Stocks and shares crashed. What happened to real money? The real money went up, guys. And that's why the government's dealing with the gold. That's why the banking system, the real wealthy people deal in gold. The elites deal in gold. They trick us poor people to hang around with the paper. They have given us the paper. They have kept the real money, guys. And it's time you started to get your hands on real money. You need to change your dollars and your pounds and your euro. You need to turn it into gold as quick and as often as you possibly can. And that's why we're here. Now, here's my next question. If that was the price of gold in 2015, just 2 years ago, what do you think the price of gold is already? Go and have a look. I'm not going to tell you. Go and have a look at today's price for an ounce of gold. Is it more than $1,061? You bet it is. It's gone up another 20% in this last 2 years. So for people who have been listening to me for this last 5 years going on about this, guys, even this last 2 years, everybody's making money if you turn your money into gold. And that's the deal here. That's what we're here to show you. Now, I'm no guru. I'm no financial expert. I'm not a financial advisor. But these guys on the screen are. These guys are the real gurus who understand what's happening. So if you take a screenshot or a snapshot of that slide, go and dig up any information on these guys. I highly recommend Peter Schiff, a great guy. Mike Maloney, I think, is my favorite. Go to YouTube, type in Mike Maloney. Don't do it now, guys. Do it after the presentation. Do it tomorrow. Do it regularly. Type in Mike Maloney Gold. Go to YouTube and start educating yourself. And more importantly, your kids and your grandkids. Let them know about this, guys. These guys will tell you what's happening. And it's incredible. So anyway, if that's what's happening, I'm going to show you how to get on the right side of money. I'm going to show you how to get in front of the wave and how to help and protect your family. Now, some people say, how can I afford gold? These big bars of gold are quite expensive. Well, guys, if you're talking about a big bar of gold that size there, I'm going to say it's the size of a butter dish. It's what's known as a kilo, 1,000 grams. It's going to cost about $40,000. And for most people, that's not affordable. Yeah, they don't have a spare $40,000. So we can't be expected to buy gold in these big chunks because it doesn't work for the masses. If you go for a smaller bar, you're talking about half a kilo. That's 500 grams. Again, it's about $20,000. It's just too expensive. The big rich guys, they all go for those big bars. The elites all deal in those big bars. But for the masses, we've got something special for you. We don't even, deal in 100-gram bars. What we do is, this company, Karatbars, they take that big bar and they break it down into little tiny bars so that you can afford it. They bring the big bar down into little bars. They break it into 1,000 pieces. They turn it into 1-gram bars, 2.5-gram bars, 5-gram bars, so that you can afford it. So the company we're looking at on this presentation only deals with the little bars. We are the world's largest supplier of 1-gram bars on the planet today because we found a niche, we found an area. How do we get gold into the hands of the people? People can't afford $40,000. They can't afford $50 or $60. So let's get them in at the bottom end. And you can start collecting 1-gram bars until you have enough for a 10-gram bar. And if you 10-gram bars, you've got 100. And if you 500s, you've got a 500. And over time, you can build your way up to the big bar simply by starting with little bars. It's a bit like, how do you get $100 together? Well, put away $1 a day, and in 100 days, you've got $100. It's the same here. Buy a little bit of gold, and a little bit of gold, and a little bit of gold, and build it up until you've got that big bar. And that's what we're talking about. In fact, we do even smaller denominations than that. We do 1/10 of 1 gram, like almost $6 or $7 worth of gold. And that's incredible. That's where this company wins. We look out for the masses. You see, here's something you need to remember. 1% of the world's population have real physical gold. 1% to 1 in 100 people have real gold. The rest of us don't have any gold. You see, even my wedding ring is only 37% gold. Yeah? If you're dealing in 9 carat, 18 carat, 14 carat, 22 carat, that's not money, guys. That's jewelry grade. For gold to be pure, 24 carat is the only way, 999. And this company only deals with pure gold, because when it's pure, then it's money. When it's like this, it's not. That's why you get scrap value. You see all these shops opening up, cash for gold, cashing in. What they're doing is they're taking advantage of poor people. Those shops where you trade in your jewelry, they take it and they know it's not real. And they have to melt out the impurities to bring it down to pure bullion. So they take this scrap gold, they give you a bad price for it because they have to melt out the impurities to extract what is gold. And that's what, they're taking advantage of poor people in a crisis. Guys, don't sell your gold. Keep your gold. But what we're dealing here with is pure 24 karat gold. There is no meltdown. It is in its purest form. And this company has the best grade of gold on the planet. Now, let's tell you about the company. This company is called Karatbars International. They've been around for a long time. They had this idea way back before 2009. They set the company up in 2011. So already they've got a great track record. They're totally debt-free. They own everything. They're based in Germany, in the big city called Stuttgart. And if you have a look in the bottom right here, the office that's a picture of our corporate office, our headquarters. We do have satellite offices in other parts of the world, but this is our main office. And it's right beside Mercedes-Benz truck headquarters in Germany. So very nice business district. Anybody with an appointment can come along and meet the owners, meet the company, meet the staff, see the facilities, see the production. You're very welcome to do that, and I highly advise it if you can, because and that's what I do. I've been out there several times. I get together teams of 10 or 20 people. We fly out there. Fortunately, we're in Europe. A lot of you aren't in Europe listening to this right now, but if you're in Europe, you can get to Germany in 1 or 2 or 3 hours, which is nothing, I suppose, on an airplane. For our North American listeners, again, it's probably a 10-hour flight that's going to get you there, but certainly worth doing if you could tie it into a European tour or one of our conventions, or tie it into a holiday. Come along and meet the owners, meet the company, and see what's going on if you really want to see behind the scenes. Now, if this is new to you and this information is new to you guys, I want to tell you that we have more than 400,000 customers already doing this. So it's not that new. It might be new to you, but it's already a proven system. And the good news is we offer insured delivery by FedEx. Now, FedEx are very reliable. They're in most towns every single day of the week. So it means that when you order this gold, we ship it directly to your home or to your business place or workplace. And it's fully insured to your door, and that's very important, that you do receive the physical gold. And that's important. Some people think we're dealing in gold stock or gold shares or gold ETFs. No, 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 no. We're dealing in physical 24 karat bullion delivered to your door, that you have your money back. So you part with this paper money that loses value. We give you real money for it that holds value, and in fact, it protects your wealth for the future. That's what we're doing. We're changing one currency, declining currency, for real money. That's what we're doing. We're putting the money back into the hands of the people. That's what this is designed to do. Now, every bar of gold comes from what's known as an LBMA accredited refinery. LBMA is just an abbreviation for London Bullion Market Association. The LBMA, the London Bullion Market Association. What does that mean? Guys, these are kind of like the world authority, the world police on gold bullion. We will not handle gold from any other source. You know, if you tell me you have a mine in Turkey or a friend in some country that's got a gold mine, we're not interested, guys. We only deal with pure 24 karat treble 9.9 pure gold. There are different grades of gold, guys. This is money gold. This is the gold that the governments would use. This is the gold that the rich would use. This is pure gold bullion. So we only use the best grade available. And every single bar that has left our departments is pure 24 karat gold. That's important. We've added a lot of security to every bar. It cannot be counterfeited. We've put in a lot of technology to our product. There is no company I know of on this planet that does a peanut bar or does what we do as good as what we do. This is as good as you're ever going to see, and I firmly believe that. Now, we also do smaller divisions of gold. We even do paper money with pure gold on the note. Now, if I put that against $1, if this dollar catches fire, it goes, it disappears, it burns, it never see it again, nothing to come back. If you had $100 in the house and it went in fire, the $100 is gone. If you had $30,000 under your mattress and it goes up on fire, the $30,000 is gone, never to be retrieved. If you have this money in your house or around you, if a fire happens, the paper part will burn, but the gold won't. You will still have your money even after a house fire. Here's why. Pure gold does not burn. Pure gold will only melt at extreme temperatures. When it melts, it changes form, but you still got your money. It'll change form, but it won't change in value. It's still gold. Now, that's some of the great things about gold. Gold, you could put gold on the North Pole, which is an extreme temperature, and nothing happens to it. You can put it in the South Pole, nothing happens. You can put it on the hottest point in the equator, nothing happens. You can put it in your freezer, nothing happens. You can put it in the bottom of the ocean for 1,000 years in salt water, and it comes back as good as the day it went down there. And that's why all these deep sea divers, they go diving into these shipwrecks to bring back what? No, not the anchor, to bring back the gold bullion, because gold is money. It's worth its weight in gold. She is as good as gold. He went for the gold medal. Gold, guys, is the perfect product. And if you can find me a better one, I want to hear about it. Now, anyway, that's a little bit about the company. That's a little bit about our product. And guys, the other good news is we have many more products, but you've got to get back to the person that shared this with you to find out all the details. I'm giving you a full overview here. The other good news is, guys, when you want your gold back into currency, if you want to put it back into dollars, so let's say you save up 5,000 of this gold and some crisis occurs in the household and you need to pay a bill, you need to pay a mortgage payment, or you need some food, we can change this for you back into dollars or pounds or sterling, any currency you want, because we have a very clever exchange system where we can put it onto our own Karatbars MasterCard. You can actually sell your gold back to this company, and we will put the cash right back onto your card that you can go spend this online. You can go to the ATM machine and withdraw cash. So in any country in the world, our gold works. You see, if you take dollars to Europe, you can't spend them. If you take our gold with you, you can spend it. Gold is money in 194 countries. Gold is accepted in France, Germany, Italy, Spain, South America, North America, China, Italy. You tell me one country that won't accept gold. Gold is money. Your currency is not money, guys. Your currency is some kind of funny game with paper. Paper and ink, I mean, it's ridiculous when you really understand what's going on here. Now, that's enough for that. You've had your education. You've had your examples. I've told you about the company. I've shown you the product. Why are you here? What's this all about? Well, guys, there's two choices here, right? You either want to become a customer and turn your declining paper money into gold. That's simple, and it's totally free. Or you'd like to become an affiliate and make some gold and make some money. We can pay you in gold, by the way, guys, and we can pay you with currency. So what I find is that both people do both these choices. They become a customer and they become affiliate. It's that good, they tell other people about it. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm going to talk to you about affiliate programs. Affiliate programs are done by the most well-renowned companies in the world. Here's one here on the screen. If you look at the screen here, you'll see this is Apple's website, apple.com. What they have is what's known as an affiliate program. And if you promote Apple products to friends, family, colleagues, or strangers, doesn't matter. If you send out certain links to their app stores and a customer purchases something, Apple will pay you a commission. So if you read at the bottom here, the program benefits is make money, earn commission on all qualifying revenue generated by links to our stores. So here's Apple, one of the most successful technology companies on the planet, saying to you, recommend our products, we'll give you some money. It's as simple as that. Now here's, this guy's in the top 4 richest people in the world. very recently was the richest man in the world. The guy that designed this company is a guy called Jeff Bezos, and he set up Amazon Associates, Amazon.com, very, very popular, probably one of the biggest e-commerce businesses on the planet. This is just like Karatbars. We're a gold bullion company online. We're an e-commerce business. You buy your gold bullion online, you sell it back for cash. It's all done online. You don't go to a shop for it. Amazon have also opened an affiliate program. You can earn commissions here. Advertise, earn commissions simply by promoting products on Amazon. You can get up to 10% there. I'm going to show you something much better than that. Now, for our European listeners, Sky TV would be probably one of our, I suppose, the most popular digital TV supplier. They also do broadband services. Certainly in our country, it's the dominant TV supplier. In the United States, you'd have many, many big satellite suppliers. This company here, which probably 70% of the population use in our country, are offering a bonus, a thank you bonus for a personal recommendation. If you recommend satellite TV to your next door neighbor, and that customer says yes, this company will give you a $50 bonus, a £40 sterling voucher, simply for word of mouth recommendation. Now, if you can sign up to the affiliate program and the customer takes the TV service, the satellite service, and they also take the internet service, you will get £140 commission. Okay? So imagine you said to your next door neighbor, hey, I use Sky TV. It's very, very good for avoiding commercials. It's very good for recording programs. It's very good for fast forwarding. And I also use their internet service. If you promote that to your next door neighbor, you'll get like $200 bonus from the company. It's a thank you bonus from Apple, one of the big phone companies. It's from Amazon, one of the biggest shopping companies in the world. Sky TV are doing it. Tesco would be the equivalent of I suppose, a Walmart in the United States. And Walmart have one of these programs as well. By telling people to go to Walmart, Walmart will pay you money. Here in the UK and Europe, Tesco is a very, very big player in the home shopping arena. Tesco has its own affiliate program. The shop down the corner has its own affiliate program. Most people don't know this about these companies. And what they say here is, if you read the slide, start earning money today by joining the Tesco affiliate program. There are no limits on what you can earn. Guys, this is incredible. And the reason I share this information with you, it's not to promote those companies. It's to show you that what we're doing here is just like the big guys. I'm about to show you a far better, a far superior an affiliate program than all of those companies I've just mentioned, because with Karatbars, the company we're examining on this presentation, we have 7 income opportunities. Now, 5 of these income opportunities are totally free. Imagine you can join for free and make money 5 ways, but there is a paid way to get 2 extra bonuses, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Now, on this presentation, I'm not going to go into much detail on all of the ways we can make money. We have a special webinar set aside to focus on the compensation plan, but I'm going to give you just an overview on how some of them might work. So here's the first one. If you read here, it says direct referral commission. Guys, it's very simple. You can earn anything between 0.5% and 6% on a customer's order if you recommend that customer. So let's consider this. Imagine you invited me to listen to this presentation. So you picked up the phone and said, hey, Paul, I'd like you to listen to this. It might last about an hour of your time. Well worth a listen. Let me send you the link. And that's all you do. You send me the link and I watch this. And I go, wow, this is cool. Wow, I didn't realize gold was that good. Wow, I didn't realize my money was declining. Woo, yeah, I want to get gold. So I would become a customer. Well, here's what happens. Every time I would purchase gold, you would get paid. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to purchase gold yourself. But if you recommend someone that buys product from this company, you get a commission. So it's free to you to join. But if you recommend a customer, you get paid. Now, it makes more sense that if you're saving gold or you're buying gold yourself, then it's more likely that I'm going to say, hey, how much do you get? You see, it's very hard to promote a restaurant if you haven't eaten in it. It's very hard to promote a holiday destination if you've never been there. It's very hard to promote, you know, a hairdresser or a barber salon if you haven't used it. So Same here. If you're buying the gold yourself, if you're turning your paper into gold, well then the person you're asked is going to do the same thing. So it makes sense to do that, but there's no obligation to do it. That's my point. There's no set monthly order. You can if you wish. Of course, after listening to this presentation, it makes sense to take whatever you have and get it into gold as soon as you can. I would highly recommend that maybe 10% of what you earn should go into gold. That's a good measure. If you make $1,000 a week, listen guys, get $100 worth of gold every week. Or if you make $500 a week, put $50 into gold, because that's 10% of what you've earned, and that means you're paid. The problem I find is most people go through life and they end up with no money because they take 100% of their earnings and they spend it every week. They pay the cell phone bill, they pay the mortgage or the rent bill, they pay for the fuel, they pay for the cell phone, they pay for their internet, they pay for their food, they pay for their clothes, and then the money's gone. And next week they go to work again and they bring in the money and they pay the phone bill again, they pay the rent, they pay for the food, they pay for clothes, the money's gone. Then they go through life and end up at the end of their time with no money because they forgot to pay somebody. And guess who that was? That was themselves. Everybody forgets to pay themselves. What you need to do is whatever you earn is pay yourself first. Take 10% of what you earn, turn it into gold, guys, and that's you paid. That's what I do every Friday. Every Friday this last 6 years, I buy gold. Not a lot, just a little bit. About 10% of what I make, I buy 10% into gold. That's me paid. Why? Because someday in the future I want to retire. Why else? Because I've got children. I want to maybe help them get married and maybe provide them a home. Yeah, I've got young kids that want to go through education. I want to save for those days. Well, I'm not saving in paper, guys, because that paper buys you less and less. I save in gold because when I get there, there's more money there. You know, you put paper in a drawer and put gold in a drawer. The gold grows, your paper loses its value, guys. Buy about 10% in gold is a great measure. Now, you've showed this to me. I'm going to start buying gold every week. You're going to get paid between 0.5% and 6%. If you're brand new and you haven't got many customers, you're probably going to get 0.5%, 1%, 2%. If you've been at this a while, you've built a customer base. Depends on the volume. The more gold you have moving through your organization, the more likely you're going to get 6%. So it's fair to say you're going to get somewhere between 0.5 and 6%, and that's entirely up to you. We can show you that on another presentation. Now, imagine now I'm saving gold. I'm your customer, and it's my sister's birthday today. And instead of getting her chocolates and flowers, I get my sister a happy birthday card. This says happy birthday on it. It's one of our products. And on this card, we have pure gold bullion. I'm not going to buy my sister jewelry. I don't know what she likes. I don't know, is it rose gold, yellow gold, white gold? I don't know the design of the gold. I don't know if she likes chain. I don't know what she wants. But when I buy her pure gold, it's money. She can buy whatever she wants with this. She can select. If I buy her chocolates, they're consumed after lunch. If I buy her flowers, they're in the trash can in 2 weeks from now. They wilt, they die. If I buy her gold, happy birthday in gold, it's a present for life. We do cards for every occasion, birthday cards. We do congratulations cards. So I'm buying gold, you're getting paid. I buy my sister a birthday present and you get paid. At Christmas time, I buy 20 cards. Happy Christmas with gold on it. Happy Easter with gold on it. Whatever the occasion. We do them for all festive occasions. You're getting paid every time the customer orders gold. Guys, imagine doing a job once and getting paid multiple times. That's what's exciting about this. So you get paid on your customers, but you also get paid on the indirect customers that those customers bring, and we pay that infinite levels deep. Okay, it's not like 5 levels deep or 7 levels deep or one of these multi-level programs. It's not like that. We pay unlimited levels deep as long as you're overriding code. You're on a higher percentage than the customer at that same level. So if I'm at a 2% level and you're on a 6% level, you're getting 4%. You're getting the difference to infinity, guys, and that's how our compensation plan. So it's free to be a customer. It's free to be a rep. It's free to be affiliate. And you still make money if you get customers and you haven't paid anything. Guys, that's what makes this different. This is exceptional. Now, I want to move on to income stream 4 and 5 because it takes a little bit of time to build a customer base. So if you want today money or this week money or this month money, we need to consider income stream 4 and 5 because if you want to make $1,000 this week, guys, that's quite easy. In the next 7 days to make yourself $1,000. In fact, it's quite easy in the next 24 hours to make $1,000 or $2,000 if you really want to. I can show you how to do that quite easy. So if you want faster today money, if you didn't want to go to work, in a month or two because there's enough money coming from this, you need to consider getting yourself what's called a marketing package. Now, this is optional. I'm not trying to sell this to you. It is optional. We have about 6 marketing packages. A marketing package is the best way I could describe it. It's kind of like a business in a box, because in this marketing package we give you brochures. And these are physical brochures that if you were having coffee with someone tomorrow and they said, hey, I don't know much about gold, you could give them a gold brochure that would explain a lot about what I'm saying here. Or if a customer said to you over coffee tomorrow morning, hey, I've never heard of this company before, who are they? We could give you a beautiful glossy corporate brochure that comes in this marketing pack. So a marketing pack is kind of like a box of tools that make the business easier for you to produce a business from. Also in this marketing package, we do these bonus cards or with discounts on it. So in every marketing package, we give you like $100 gift cards. So for instance, if I was starting a big customer tomorrow, I would say, hey, give me a big order and I'll give you €100 off the price of your gold. They go, what? Yeah, give me a big order and I'll give you €100 off the price of your gold. That customer says, hey, okay, I'll place the order. So this helps you close business. Or when I explain it to you, we have a kit called a VIP and a Premier kit. You can use this to take €100 off the price of it. And again, get back to the person that shared this with you to see how these work. So we give you these in the marketing packages. We give you brochures. We give you discount cards. So if a customer just wants to save on a regular basis, they're not interested in building a business, they just want to save in gold, we can give them like 3% off our web price. It's a nice gift. This lasts for 12 months. So if it was my sister and she was going to become a customer and save in gold, I said, hey sister, let me offer you 3% off every single order for the next 12 months. You're my sister. I appreciate the business. I appreciate you helping me. Here, take 3% off your gold price for the next 12 months. And in 12 months time, come back to me. Hey, and I'll give you another one of these if you wish, and we'll get you going. We'll save you 3% on our web price. So you can use these incentive cards to help you promote, to help you build the business. So it's very important to consider a marketing package. But more important, inside these marketing packages, we also give you gold, real gold bullion. So that, again, if you were meeting a friend or at work tomorrow, somebody, and you were explaining this or mentioning it, if you can pull gold out of your wallet or out of your purse and put it in their hand, if my friend says to me, well, can you show me this gold? And I say, no, I don't have any. What are they going to think of my business? But if they say, well, can you show me some of this gold? I go, yeah, let me get this out of my wallet. And I place this in their hand. They go, wow, is this real gold? Woo, I love it. Yeah. So having physical gold and the tools to help you make this work, that's what we call a marketing package. I mean, if you wanted to be a taxi driver, yeah, your marketing package would be, you need to buy a car, maybe £6,000, £7,000 or $10,000 for a reliable car. You need some kind of communication system, whether it's a radio or a sat nav, that's technology. You're going to spend $1,000 on that kind of stuff. You're going to need a license. You're going to need insurance. You're going to need gas or fuel. So the marketing package to be a taxi driver is all of that, and it costs thousands of dollars just for you to make money. If you want to be a window cleaner, you need some kind of vehicle to get around all the homes. You need big, heavy insurance. You need some equipment, ladders. You need detergent. You need sponges. You need buckets. That's the investment. That's the marketing package to market your business. If you want a high street store, a shop in the mall, you need a sign above your shop. Why? Because people need to know what you're selling. The sign above your shop is an expense. It costs $2,000, $3,000 to get a reasonable sign. You need a cash register. Why? To take the money in your store. You need products for your store. It could cost $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 to set up a business. Guys, our marketing packages to set up your international gold bullion business start from as little as €99 and a little bit of shipping. I've rounded these figures up. They move slightly depending on the price of gold. Because there's gold in these boxes, and as the price of gold moves slightly, these can vary, but it's just to give you an indication. You would probably have a bronze package delivered and shipped right to your door with FedEx for about $140, 140 euros, something in that price zone. A silver package, there's more gold in it. You would get about $400, 370 euro delivered to your door. The gold package, I believe, is about 820 euro, less than $1,000. And the VIP package is about 2,090 euro shipped to your door, insured right to your door. That's about $2,100, something in that price range. Of course, if you're interested in that VIP or higher, please do ask your introducer for $100 off. We can give you on this webinar $100 off the price if you elect for that VIP or higher. We have a couple of big packages there for our big players. If you're interested in getting a share of all the gold sales in the world, whether you create them or not, this company is giving some incentives for the two big packages where you can get a slice or a percentage, a pooled share of the entire revenue that this company generates out of 400,000 customers. So get back to the person that shared that with you if you want to know more about those big packages. Now, what I'd like to do now before I finish is I'd like to show you a four-step strategy, 4 simple steps on how to put you into the top 10% of all income earners in your country right now. Let me say that again. I'm going to show you now in just a few minutes how to use a 4-step strategy to make you the top 10% of all income earners in your entire country. Now, I don't mean in this business. I mean in real estate, in retail, in any business in your country, the oil business, I don't care. If you do what I say and teach everybody in your team to do the same, if we duplicate the 4 steps I'm about to tell you, you can come into the top 10% of all listed wealthy people in your country. You could do that in about in less than 12 months, quite easy. In less than 12 months, quite easy. I mean, I've one guy in my team. He's making like $170,000 a month with this. $170,000 per month with this. I don't know what that is. That's close to $2 million a year. I mean, who makes $2 million a year and is not in the top, 10% of income earners? I mean, the average income in most countries is somewhere in the 20 to 30,000 range per annum. I mean, we've guys doing that per month. That guy's doing it per week. He's doing over $40,000 a week with this. So if you follow this strategy, you can be there too. And if you don't follow this strategy, you're going to get a different result. You see, if you bake a cake and you make a nice cake, there is a certain ingredients. There's so much flour, so much sugar. You have to cook it at a certain temperature for a certain amount of time. And if you do it every time, you get the same result every time. But if you change the ingredients, or you leave out some sugar, or you leave it in the oven too long, it gets too hard, you're getting a different result than what was described. But if you bake a cake the same way every time, you get the same result every time. It cannot change. 2 and 2 is always 4. 1 and 1 is always 2. It doesn't change. It's like math. Same here. This is a 4-step strategy. And if you stick to it and do it to the letter as I say, and if everybody else duplicates that, you will be, no doubt, in the top 10% of all income earners in your country. So let's see, first of all, can you do these 4 steps? Let's see, can you perform them? Right, here's the first one, step 1. Let's see, can you do it? You need to know your name. You need to know your address. You need an email address. I think that's about it. It's very simple. You need to set up a free account, okay? The person that invited you to this can send you a link. You click on that link, you fill out the form online. Hey, you got a free account. I think everybody on the planet can do that, okay? So I believe everybody can do step 1, okay? So there's now only 3 steps left to be in the top 10%. Let's look at step number 2. Step number 2, I suggest you get yourself an affiliate packet. Now, it is optional, but I suggest if you're serious, I can tell you this, all our top earners go VIP and above. I'll say it again, all our top earners are VIP and above. If you can't afford a VIP, well, you need to look at this seriously, yeah? If what you're doing today does not allow you to put your hand in your pocket or into your bank account and order a VIP kit at a couple of $1,000, a couple of €1,000, a couple of £1,000, whatever it is. If what you've been doing to date doesn't allow you to do that, do you know what that tells me? That tells me what you've been doing to date hasn't worked. Yeah, it's not producing, you know? So therefore, you must consider, if I've been doing what I've been doing all the length of time since I've left school and I can't buy one of these things, I don't have any money. Excuse me. It tells me you need to consider a new strategy. You need a new option. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. You've got to do something extra. And if that something extra is coming to my webinar once a week, bringing a few guests and building the business with us, well, then you need to consider getting started with Karatbars, because this will change your life. This will change your financial circumstance if you do these 4 steps. Now, that might be a reality check for some people, but here's what you also can do. If you can't afford a VIP, you can certainly come in at the gold package, and later on, when you make some money, you can upgrade, okay? There's no problem. So you can upgrade for the difference. If you can't afford a gold package, well, that concerns me. Then you need to consider silver. And of course, you can come in at silver and upgrade as you go along as well. There's that option. If you can't afford a silver, you definitely need to start Karatbars, because whatever you're doing is definitely not working. So silver should be the minimum you should consider. If you come in at bronze, well then, bronze was actually designed for those marketplaces that things are very tough in. For instance, some countries, particularly in the Western world, what we make in a week, some countries, it would take them a whole month to earn the same. So that's why the company created this little bronze package. It shouldn't be a starting package, maybe for a student or something like that. But for any adult, I mean, you're not that serious about the business with a bronze package. That's just the reality of it. I don't know any bronze that's gone to the top of the plan, because you see, if you come, what happens I find is, if you come in to the business as a bronze and you introduce somebody, they say, well, what did you do? And they say, well, I went bronze. Well, then they go bronze. You know, if you come in at gold and say, what did you do? Well, I started at gold. They say, okay, I'll do gold. You see, people will do what you do, okay, not what you say. If you come in at VIP, they will come in at VIP. You know, every single person I've introduced come in at VIP. Every single one. I have nobody less than VIP. Why? That's what I did. So you have to consider that, or come in at something less and upgrade and get to VIP. Of course, that circumstances are circumstances, guys, and I do appreciate if things are difficult. I'm here to back you up. I'm here to support you. Get in at whatever level you can. Now, if you can't afford a bronze, you can still come in for free. This is just optional. These packages are optional. And in fact, you can't buy these from me because I don't have them to sell. You can't buy these from your introducer. They don't have them to sell. Where do you get these packages? It's very simple. You set up a free account. You log into your own free account. You go across to products. You scroll down and you click on the package that you desire. So you're buying this product from the company. It's your box of tricks. It's your bonus cards. It's your discount cards. It's your brochures. It's your gold samples. It's all in a box. But the best news is you get paid better. So a bronze gets 5% commission on personal sales. A silver gets 10%. Gold gets 15%, and a VIP gets 20% commission. So it's a bit like this, guys. If you were starting to work for me tomorrow, let's say we were in a job situation, you're coming to work for me, and I say, okay, I can start you tomorrow. How would you like a $5? Let's start you on $5 an hour. Or would you prefer 10 an hour, 15 or 20? What would you like? What would you like? 5, 10, 15 or 20? You go, well, if I'm going to do the work, I'd rather 20. Okay, you need to be a VIP. So you can start on day one at the top of the plan. You can start at day one on the top pay package. It's not like a career where you have to work for a year and a half to get a promotion, to get a pay rise, to work another 5 years of your life to get a pay rise to supervisor, manager, area manager. You know, it's not like that structure. You can pick your paycheck the day you start or the day you upgrade. So 5%, 10, 15 or 20 is available. You decide what's best for you. Here's what I said. If I'm going to do the work, I want the pay. So I went for VIP. Who makes the most money? VIPs. Okay, sign me up as VIP. So anyway, step 1, it takes about 5 minutes to get a free account. Step 2 takes about 5 minutes. Why? Because you have to log in. And even if you were rummaging around yourself, you'll find it in 5 minutes. But with the guidance of your introducer, you should have a package done in about another 5 minutes. So 10 minutes does the first 2 steps. And guys, remember what I'm saying here. Do 4 steps, and we can put you into the top 10% of all income earners. So these 2, it takes 10 minutes. Just get a free account, buy a package. Step 3. Let's see, can you do step 3? Step 3, what we'd like you to do, if you think it makes sense, take some paper money and turn it into real money. Could you do that? Take paper money out of your pocket, and we'll give you back real money, and you just put that. Can you take $50 or $60 or $70 out of one pocket, and we'll give you $60 or $70 worth of gold, and we'll give it straight back to you. So it doesn't cost anything. You're exchanging one from the other. Here's how I describe this. If you give me a $100 bill, and I give you back 2 50s, what did that cost? Nothing. You give me 100, I give you 2 50s. Now, for our UK listeners, you give me a £20 note, and I give you 4 5s. What does that cost you? Nothing. It's the same. You give me a 20, I give you 4 5s, you got your money back. Same here. When you give Karatbars paper money, they give you back your money in gold. You see, you're giving away a declining, worthless money that's becoming worthless, and we're giving you back a currency that has shown in history to keep growing and growing and growing in value. Your money's going up and up and up and up and up and up. You put money in the bank and it loses value because of inflation. Yeah, because of bank charges. You know, put money into gold and it goes up and up and up and up and up. Your account grows, guys. That's what we're telling you. So there's 4 steps. The first one was a free account. It took you 5 minutes. The second one was select a package. It takes you 5 minutes. The third one, log into your own account and buy a piece of gold every Friday. Set it up on auto ship once a week, once a month, whatever you can do, guys. I do it once a week. You know, I set it up on auto save. It does it itself. Yeah, I don't even have to think about it. So that's the third step. And I believe everybody can do all of those 3 steps. What do you think? Do you think everybody we show this to could do those first 3 steps? Yeah, I do. Everybody knows their own name and number. Everybody can afford a minimum for bronze. Yeah. Even a VIP is not going to put you out of house and home. And we're giving you gold in this. We're giving you all the tools you need to be successful. And we're giving you our top pay package. Everybody can take $50 or $60 or £50 out of one pocket and put gold back into their other pocket. We can take it out of cash, currency, and we'll put it into gold. Everybody can do those first 3 steps. Now, have you noticed something? You haven't even spoken to anybody yet, and you've completed 75% of the task. You've done the first 3 steps, and you haven't even talked to anybody yet. You did them yourself. You filled out the account. You ordered the package. You ordered the gold. You didn't talk to anybody. You didn't market. You haven't done nothing yet, and you've completed 75% of a 4-step strategy that will put you in the top 10% of all income earners on this planet. Guys, let's see, can you do step 4? What does step 4 say? Find a minimum of 2 like-minded people just like you to do all of these 4 steps. Can you think of 2 people on the planet that could do these 4 steps? Can you think of 2 people that know their own name and telephone number and address? Can you think of 2 people that would have a minimum of $100 or $200 to get started in an international gold business? Maximum, you know, maybe a couple of $1,000s to start an international gold business. You think you could find 2 people on the planet? Yes, you can. Do you think those people, if they listen to the first part of my presentation, it would make sense for them to turn their paper money into real money? Do you remember the loaves? Yeah, $1 bought 4 loaves, now it buys nearly 1. The gold buys 50 loaves. I'm saying, do you think people would make sense to turn this paper into gold that goes up? Can you find 2 people? That's all we're asking for. You should have them on this presentation, either on the recording or the next live one, because that's all you need to do. And if you put enough people on this presentation, you will find 2. And that's all you have to do. Duplicate that simple system. Guys, that's our 4-step strategy. I know you can do it. All you have to do is say, yes, contact the person that shared this presentation with you tonight. Get started tonight. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. Because, you know, tomorrow, when you come to tomorrow, then the next day's tomorrow, and then the next day's tomorrow. That's called procrastination. That doesn't work, guys. Yeah? Sign up today for free. Get your free account. Have a look around the back office. Decide which package. Get your questions answered. Get started today. That's what you do. Get your gold ordered. Yeah? And then find 2 people. Put them on the next presentation. Now, the good news is, don't you explain it. Yeah? I don't expect you to explain this to anyone, but I do expect you to have 2 people on our next presentation or have them on this recorded presentation. Now, Here's the results of our 4-step strategy. Have a look at this, guys. This is exceptional. If you decide to come in at VIP like I did, have a look at the slide there, VIP, we're going to pay you maximum. We're going to put you at the top of the pay plan and give you 20% on personal sales and up to €80 per business cycle. You don't have to understand what that means. I'm going to show you the results of those 4-step activity. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see a hypothetical time frame. You can take a week to do this. If you want to do it fast, you can take a month to do it. If you want to do it part-time and slow. Now, imagine you shared this video with 2 people or 10 people and 2 said yes. And those 2 people decided to start at the bronze level, not the VIP level where you started. In that case, this company would pay you €50, $50 or $60 in your first week. If you showed this to 2 people this week and they got started this week, you'd have $50 in your first week. Now, it's not a lot of money, but it's a start. The second week, you don't have anything to do. You've already found your 2 people. So we don't need you to find any more people. Of course, if you do know more, bring them to the table, bring them to the party. Absolutely. But essentially, you found your 2, you're done. It's not as though you need to be a salesperson to find 2. Everybody knows 2 people that want to make money. But in week 2, what we'd like you to do is support those 2 that you brought in and help them find their 2. So in week 2, you don't need to introduce any more people, but in week 2, you don't make any money because you didn't actually do anything in this particular hypothetical example. In week 3, all that's happening here is the new people are finding their 2. You're not bringing any money for people yourself. You've already found your 2. You've expanded the business. You're developing the organization at this stage. In week 4, you'd make a couple of $100. You'd make €180. If everybody started at the bronze level except you, you come in at the VIP. So in month 1, you'd have about $250. So that's not bad in your new international gold business. Now, week 5, the company would pay you $265. Week 6, you'd make about €405. That's close to $450, let's say. In week 7, we'd pay you close to $1,000 commission in week 7. Now imagine this. You've listened to an international gold presentation, and 7 weeks from right now, if you only found 2 people to come in at bronze and we duplicated this, in 7 weeks from now, this company would ship out to you $1,000 of income for the week. Okay? And that week you didn't do anything. You did your work in week 1, remember. You found your 2 in week 1. You didn't find anybody in week 2. You only supported those 2, and everybody did the same system. Look what happens 8 weeks from now. Guys, in 7 weeks from now, we would replace most people's average salary, average wage. You know, if you're making $800 a week, that's $50,000 a year, $40,000 a year. That's incredible money, guys, for following the system. If you do anything different than follow the system, you're going to get a different result. Now, in week 8, that would double up to about $1,600 a week. Week 9 puts you on about $3,500. Week 10, you can see there, $7,000, maybe $7,500. You're talking $30,000 a month in about 10 weeks from now if everybody followed that system. Now, that's you starting at VIP, but everybody else in the system starts at the bronze. That's the numbers this delivers. Now, if you start at VIP and you introduce 2 VIPs to us, we'd pay you $1,000 in the first week instead of that $50. Of course, the math gets much, much larger. I'm using the least possible income you could achieve hypothetically if you were a VIP and everybody else started at a bronze level. If everybody starts higher than bronze, these figures go crazy higher than what I'm showing here. This is the minimum I could propose. In fact, I've downplayed these numbers, and that's incredible money if you understand what we're saying here. Now, imagine you said, I'm not coming in at VIP, I'll come in at the gold level. If you start as a gold, you're accepting a 15% paycheck. You're taking a reduced commission status with the company, and you're giving away that 5%. But doing the same work, finding those same 2 people, you would get $37.50 instead of the €50. Week 2 and 3 would be the same. Week 4, you can see you're down €50 a week. And in week 7, you'd be making $690. That's you starting at gold, but everybody else starting at bronze. And you only found 2 people in your whole life, not thousands of people. You only found 2, and they found 2. If everybody did the same, you'd put yourself on about €4,800 per week in 10 weeks from now. You'd be losing about $2,000 a week, which is serious money. That's $100,000 a year if you come in at gold instead of VIP. That's why it's important to select the right option for yourself. If you decide to come in at silver, look what happens. Silver, we give you 50% because you're getting 10% commission instead of that lucrative 20%. So you're getting $25. So again, for our new people, if you start at silver and find 2 people at bronze, you'd make €25 and instead of 50 because you've said to Karatbars, hey, pay me 10%, don't give me that nice 20, I don't want it, I'm happy with 10. And again, if you look at the numbers, you can see they're slightly reduced. And then if you come in at bronze yourself, well, you can see the difference here. Bronze gets paid 5%. That's you starting at bronze and then everybody copying you starting at bronze. You can see how the numbers are so much diminished there. The important thing right now is to look at that slide and pick a number. You know, pick the one that you like. You know, what jumps out at you. You don't have to say $6,000 a week, you know, or $6,000 a month. If you want to do it slower, $6,000 a year might be good for some people. It's probably a 25% pay rise for most people if you get $6,000 in a year. Where else are you going to get it? Your boss isn't going to give it to you. Your business isn't going to give it to you. Benefits aren't going to give it to you. So a home-based business like this is just exceptional, guys. But pick a number, work towards it, and duplicate our system is the secret. Now, we do have a new fast-track incentive going on. Simply by recommending 5 packages at the level you are, and do that within 5 weeks, you're going to get a free upgrade. So if you start at the gold and you introduced us to 5 gold, they would upgrade you to the VIP. So this is just a little incentive. Again, get back to the person that shared that with you. So here's the good news, guys. Nobody's spending money here with this company. You can't spend money with us. Why? Because what we're doing is we're taking pounds out of one pocket, dollars out of one pocket, euro, whatever your currency is. This stuff here, this paper stuff that loses money. Do you know that there's 4,000 of these at the beginning of time? There are 4,000 paper currencies since the beginning of time, and every single one of them, bar the current ones that are available, have gone to their true value, 0. Every single one has failed. Gold is the only one that hasn't failed. So what we're doing is we're taking money out of our back pocket and we're giving it straight back to you in real money, which is gold. And if you want it back into your dollars or into your euro, we can do that for you also. We can exchange it back. So I believe we've showed you the perfect business. I believe we've showed you the perfect product. In terms of a perfect business, you know, a lot of people are business people. They've got a business mind, but they've never been in business. And sometimes business frightens them. They say, oh, I don't know how to run a business. Oh, I don't know what business to have. Oh, what about the competition? Oh, I'm not a salesperson. No, you don't have to be, guys. You're sharing something. You're not selling something. I mean, here's how I evaluate it. Who do you know is interested in making more money this year than they made last year? Who do you know? Everybody. Your next door neighbor wants to make more money this year than they made last year. Your best friend wants to make more money this year than they did last year. Richard Branson wants to make more money this year than he did last year. Your charity, your church wants to make more money this year than they did last year. Everybody you know, your family wants more money this year than your last year. So who are you looking for? You're looking for 2 people that want to make more money this year than they made last year. Guys, just take those 2 people, put them in front of the presentation. Now, not everybody's going to say yes to this. Not everybody's going to understand it. Not everybody's going to understand me. Yeah? But if you're interested in making more money, you pay attention, you listen as many times as you can, you duplicate the system. You might have to show it to 10 people to get 2. You might have to show it to 2 people to get 2. But if you follow the system and you follow those 4-step strategy, you can be successful. Here's the good news. In this business, you have no staff. You don't have to hire or recruit anybody. You don't pay anybody any wages or salary. Why? Because Karatbars pays each of us. Yeah, Karatbars does the salary. It pays the commission to us. Yeah, when you start me, yeah, you don't have to pay me. I create my own commission. The company sends me the commission. It doesn't come from you. So no staff, no salary, no stock. Yeah, you don't have to warehouse all the gold. You don't have to deliver all the gold. You know why? We'd prefer FedEx than you delivering it. So FedEx deal with all your deliveries. You don't need a credit card machine to take money off people. Karatbars deal with all of that for you throughout your whole organization. Can you see how inexpensive a VIP package is to have an international gold business with all the money facilities, all the warehousing, all the shipping, all the customer service, all the rent and rates and staff and wages? That's all done for you. It's a one-time price for an international gold bullion business. Guys, you don't need insurance. You don't need premises. Hey, I'm working out of my house today. Yeah? I have 400,000 customers 400,000 customers all over the world ordering gold, and hey, I have nothing to do. I get on with life. Why? Because I'm a VIP. I've paid my fee. The company deal with that for life. There's not even an annual renewal. There's not even an ongoing monthly. Guys, this is exceptional. There's no boss. Yeah, when you start somebody, you're not their boss. If somebody starts you, they're not your boss. You are the boss of your own time and your own effort, you know? Some people say to me, oh, the presentation went over an hour. Wow, the presentation went over an hour. If I could show you how to be in the 10% top earners in your country and it would take slightly more than an hour to listen, is that worth your time? Of course it is. I would go to the other side of the world to find out how to become in the top 10% of all income earners in my country. The other side of the world I would travel to if somebody could show me that. Here you're sitting at home, you're sitting in your car, you're listening on your cell phone, you're listening on your computer. Take the information and take the action. You see, you can be in the right place at the right time. And you've already been in the right place at the right time before, but you didn't take advantage. Consider this, Facebook. Were you around 10 years ago when Facebook started? How much have you made from Facebook? Probably nothing. Why? You were there at the right place at the right time, but you didn't take advantage of it. You didn't do anything. Guys, you're in the right place at the right time again. You're at the beginning of the international gold money. Have you heard of the new international gold money? No. Yeah, you have. It's gold. You said that to somebody. Have you heard about the new international gold money? No, I've never heard about that. How does that work? Let's have a coffee. Let's explain it. Here, let me send you a link. Watch this presentation. Yeah? So, anyway, no stress, no headaches, guys. You're the boss. You're in charge of your own time. If you're going to give this an hour a week, well, you're treating it like a hobby. If you give it an hour a day, you could have a very successful business. 1 hour of your day, turn off the telly, go to bed an hour earlier, go to bed an hour later, whatever it takes to find 1 hour a day to do this business. In those 7 hours, put 7 people in front of the information. Show this to 7 people, you'll find 2, okay? And you don't need any experience. Why? Because you've nothing to say. You've nothing to learn. You've nothing to do. All you have to do is send the link to a couple of people and let them get started with the business. So guys, you can get started today. The next step is please do get back to the person that shared this with you. Get your valid questions answered. And most of all, get started. I'm here to work with you. When you start with us, I'm your international gold partner. Yeah, I'm doing the work for you. You don't have to pay me. You just bring the people. We do this together. And we build a very successful business together. I'm going to leave it there. I've enjoyed sharing this with you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, guests, listening in for the very first time. We do this quite regularly. We'll see you again. And I wish you every success going forward with the business. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.